Former President Donald Trump was furious with Michael Cohen's testimony on Monday in the election interference / hush money case against him.
There's no fraud here. There's no crime here. This is 4 weeks of keeping me from not campaigning. The whole world is laughing now at the New York weaponized legal system. It's really a very sad day for the country. It's sad for New York. I mean, New York, that a judge who's highly conflicted at a level that nobody's seen before can possibly, just think of it, and you should go out and check it out. But we have a corrupt judge, and we have a judge who's highly conflicted, and he's keeping me from campaigning. He's an appointed New York judge. He's appointed. You know who appointed him? Democrat politicians. He's appointed. He's a corrupt judge, and he's a conflicted judge, and he ought to let us go out and campaign and get rid of this scam.
See, you can hear him raising his voice as he continued to talk. You can tell he's mad. Now, he can't attack Michael Cohen directly. He can't attack Judge Merchan's daughter, who did political work for Democratic politicians. That's why he said the judge, by the way, is highly conflicted. Highly conflicted. But wait a minute, if that is the bar, doing political work, then what about Judge Cannon? Judge Cannon, she was directly appointed by Donald Trump in 2020 and oversees the case in Florida against him. I mean, I don't know in what world she should not be considered to be highly conflicted, but it can't be the real world. She directly got her job thanks to Trump and has been helping him all along. Now, that leads me, of course, to Trump's false claim of being appointed by Democrat politicians. Merchan was appointed to his first judicial post in 2006, the New York City Family Court, by New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who at the time was what? A Republican. In 2009, Chief Administration Judge Ann Pfau appointed Merchan as acting justice to the Supreme Court of New York. But what about Pfau? I mean, she must have been appointed by Democrats, right? No, it turns out she was appointed to her first judicial post by a Republican New York City mayor. But that mayor must have been an anti-MAGA liberal rhino, right? Perhaps even a pink-haired communist. No, it was Rudy Giuliani. Yes. Rudy Giuliani. To which I also add, whoopsie. Now let's get back to Cohen, whose testimony irked Trump so much that he ended up having a visible reaction to it.
An update from Carrie inside the courtroom. She is noting that when asked by the prosecutor why he did not include Trump, obviously this being asked of Cohen, include Trump on any of the bank docs, Cohen said it was to protect him. From the overflow room, she says, it looks like Trump made a face when he said that.
I got Trump making faces now. And not only that, but at the same time, turns out Eric Trump broke the court rules by using his cell phone to attack Michael Cohen. He tweeted, "I have never seen anything more rehearsed." Now, the court, according to NBC News, does not allow anyone in the courtroom to use their cell phones during proceedings. Oops. Now, look, none of that really gets into the substance, right? But it turns out Cohen's testimony was so effective that even a Fox News analyst had praised it.
Allen Weisselberg is the connection to Trump. There is no doubt that, well, there should be doubt that he'll actually take the stand. Former President Trump will unlikely take the stand. So what you need to do, at least the prosecutor has to show, is that somehow these conversations are taking place with Allen as an agent of Trump. And we already know from the testimony yesterday morning, Michael Cohen said that Allen Weisselberg worked very closely with former President Trump, that there were anything to do with the finances, they worked very closely together. So a conversation that Michael Cohen has with Allen Weisselberg actually imputes some criminality to Trump. So it's all subject to connection. Obviously, this is direct examination. From everyone that saw the examination, it was smooth, he was articulate, he was unemotional, he did what he needed to do as a prosecutor's key witness.
No wonder Donald Trump is furious about the testimony. This, again, was his fixer. who, according to Cohen's own admission, he loved the job. He enjoyed it. He loved bullying people. He admitted to doing so, doing Donald Trump's dirty work with little regret about how he did things. In fact, he said from his testimony, quote, "The only thing in my mind was to accomplish the task to make him happy." Him meaning, of course, Donald Trump, the boss. And so there you have it. I mean, incredibly effective testimony, backed up, by the way, by corroborating evidence, a lot of notes. There's a recording, an audio recording that the jury was able to hear, to listen to. And so there it is. I mean, you bring the receipts. And then with Cohen's performance, I guess you could call it, keeping cool under pressure, et cetera, et cetera. It's a pretty good testimony, pretty damning for Trump himself. The only thing Trump is able to do about it is basically yell, cry, scream, complain, whine about how everything is rigged against me.